John Wick. I think everyone can agree that if you were to pick your top 10 favourite action franchises of all time, the John Wick movies would be somewhere on that list. Every one of the movies up to this point has done nothing but bring immense and engaging action to the big screen, and of course, when you have a movie with Keanu Reeves in the lead role, you're guaranteed to put a lot of people in a lot of seats. The first movie was really something special. It took an idea that would get anyone curling their fists and put the burden on an ex-hitman, which forced him out of retirement as he tracks down the man who did the horrible deed, and in the process basically ends up going to war with the entirety of the hitmen and bounty hunters that can track him down, which is what the next two movies followed, as he became a huge bounty target, betrayed the rules of the high table, and was ultimately ruled excommunicado. And now in John Wick Chapter 4, the price on his head is bigger than ever, and he has to seek out global support and refuge to finally put this whole ordeal to rest, while also fighting his toughest battles yet. Now, I will admit, prior to its release, the announcement of its 3-hour runtime and extensive cast made me skeptical to if this movie would be able to stick to what made the first movie one of my favourite in the action genre. There's a chance that he would be given a backseat in his own story, especially to actors that we know can command the big screen, or if not this, there would be a lot of unnecessary scenes that would take away from the action that we came to see. However, after seeing the film, and just thinking about what I witnessed, I've come to a conclusion. And so, what did I think of John Wick Chapter 4? Well, this movie, simply put, it's fucking breathtaking. The movie just takes off and keeps going, and while it's got a 3-hour runtime, it feels like 2. The action sequences are longer, faster, and more creative than ever before, and given the magnitude of the story, having such a long runtime is so justified, and once you see it, you'll honestly wish it was longer. Very few times have I seen a movie with action sequences so lengthy yet so engaging, so brutal yet so breathtaking, constantly pushing the boundaries of stunts and choreography, and with each and every second, you're glued in like a guard dog is to a man's balls. Simply put, this movie won't bore you, and it makes the previous 3 movies look like small indie pictures in comparison, and that's not even an exaggeration. This story goes bigger than ever, exploring new locations and characters around the world, all of which play a part in John finishing what he started, and the sheer lengths that this movie goes to entertain audiences is f***ing awesome. There's new styles of camera work, new forms of combat, new stakes at play, and just considering the sheer number of people out to get John in this movie, you'd honestly think that the entire population in this universe were assassins. Anyway, let's touch upon the man himself for a moment. So Keanu Reeves is back again, not just to fill the big screen, but to also fill our hearts, and as expected in this movie, brings back the ultimate charm and mojo that we've all missed for so long, and that was utterly wasted in another 4th installment that I like to think never happened. But fortunately here, he's executed perfectly, and seeing him back in action was just as good as I hoped for. John Wick in this movie is so cool, calm and collected, never showing any signs of backing down until it's necessary, and even Keanu being at the age of 58 shows no signs of slowing down in his career, and I think it's fair to say that, after this movie especially, he will go down as a legend of the action genre. The character is just ready to put things to rest, willing to do whatever he needs to do without question, and in doing so it brings him on more encounters than ever, which creates for more action, which of course you can't really complain about, but also puts him to the test to just how much he can take, what he's willing to sacrifice, and when enough is finally enough. And well, he can certainly still take a beating, that's all I'll say. The rest of the cast is also incredible, with of course returning actors like Lawrence Fishburne and Ian McShane, who are great as always in their established roles, but also brings in names like Donnie Yen, Hiroyuki Sanada, Bill Skarsgard, Natalia Tena, and many other talented individuals that are a joy to watch on screen. Donnie Yen especially is a huge standout, delivering a great performance, as well as displaying his incredible abilities in martial arts once again. He's one of my favourites in the movie, a character well-intentioned who's brought back into the life of being a hitman for the sake of protecting those that he loves, and while he's not exactly on our protagonist's side, he's a very likeable presence on screen nonetheless. He's not exactly happy about the situation that he's in, but at the end of the day, you've got to do what you got to do, and seeing the choices that he must make in order to serve the best outcome makes you just want to dive into this guy's past and see more of exactly what this guy got up to. But, we have had enough of the spin-offs. We have it, man, and that's enough. Then there's Bill Skarsgard, aka the guy who played Pennywise, and whose smile still traumatises us to this day, who in this film is the main villain of the story, and one of the heads of the High Table, who keeps increasing the bounty on John Wick. And while he doesn't feature in any fight scenes or action, he's certainly an intimidating presence on screen, and his character will stop at nothing until John Wick is put to an end. And he uses all of his power and resources at display in an attempt to do so, and trust me, it's a lot. There's also Scott Adkins as Killa, who's an extremely entertaining character, despite also being one of the most infuriating, and brought a presence to this film similar to that of Kingpin. And I mean, the Kingpin from Daredevil, not the other one. He's a big guy who's strong, powerful, and can beat the shit out of you if he needs to. And his segment of the film and the action on display is just insane to watch, and is one of my favourite parts of the film for sure. Anyway, I had an absolute blast with this movie for its entire duration, and it's arguably the best movie of the franchise, so if you're looking for some genuinely great action and a great time at the cinema, I highly recommend that you go see this movie on the biggest screen possible. It's already doing tremendously well at the box office on its opening weekend, and it's showing no signs of slowing down. And like what Top Gun Maverick did last year, proves the point once again that if you make something purely to entertain an audience and tell a simple but well executed story, people will pay money to see it. And that pushing your own agenda and then blaming your audience for the movie's poor ratings is why other studios are failing so miserably, and why the woke simply go broke. Movies like John Wick Chapter 4 are what the cinema is made for, and I'm just so glad that this franchise never fails to impress and build on what came before in such epic and unexpected ways that leave you in complete awe every single time. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Won't force you though, do what you want. And I will see you in the next one very, very soon. Bye.